Welcome back, my rogues. Today's question is: you're Satan and your goal is to torment Gordon Ramsay. What food would you serve him? Hope you enjoy, and check me out on Instagram. Overcooked, unseasoned filet mignon served on a roof tile instead of a plate. Doused in an incredibly overpowering sauce that I thought of in a dream. The meat was cooked last night, thrown in the fridge on the same tray as raw meat, and then boiled before serving on a stove that hasn't been cleaned in 20 years and has a grease trap that looks like it's filled with crude oil. The side is store-bought frozen ravioli reheated in a microwave with canned ragu. But I told him it's fresh and made in-house. The first course is a salad with improperly washed, grilled lettuce, and its dressing is a cultural fusion between two cultures that have no business meeting. The dessert is half a slice of chocolate cake that is clearly from the cheesecake factory that I bought a week ago, and I charge him $30 for it. The fork has a bit of dried food stuck to it and there's gum underneath the table. The menu is the length of a Dostoevsky novel when questioned. I insist that I made everything that morning and pull out photos to prove it. He doesn't believe me. I call him an egocentric liar who doesn't know what he's talking about. As he leaves, I pocket the tip he left for the waiter. A perfectly executed scallop risotto, but it's sat on the pass for too long and it's been reheated in the microwave for 15 seconds. Whatever he asks for, expertly prepared without a grain of salt. I don't think anybody on Hell's Kitchen cooked scallops correctly the first time. Hollowed out McNuggets filled with mayonnaise. Microwave lettuce. Spam, straight from the can, room temperature and extra juicy. Nothing else. Lamb without lamb sauce. I provide him with the best kitchen and the best ingredients. He would be allowed to prepare any one food item of his choosing. This item would be the only thing he could eat for all eternity. Repetition makes the most enjoyable food revolting. He would choose and execute his own hell. Instead of that, Amy's baking company is revived and actually becomes successful, even expanding to a location near him. Everyone talks about how great it is and how he was wrong about it. Then he is convinced to try going there again and the owners haven't changed at all, while everyone around him insists that everything is great. That would be a serious WTF moment for him, as that was the first restaurant he ever walked out on in his shows, and having everyone insist they are great while nothing has changed would be a special kind of torture. Just one microwaved hot dog on a slice of wheat bread and ketchup at the gross watery part with very little regular ketchup. Raw chicken and scallops in ramen noodle water with 10 seasoning packets and no noodles. His son, but he will be perfectly cooked and Gordon will have to compliment me for my skill in the kitchen. One of those savory jello dishes you always see in old cookbooks. A tiny piece of the most delicious food in the universe. He'll be tormented for the rest of his life. Nothing else can compare. Everything tastes like sand compared to that, and he'll never have it again. My ex made dinner once. She replaced wine with grape juice because wine is made of grapes. Right? That's what I deserve. If I, being Satan, could see into his soul deep enough, I would divine his true favorite food, the thing that touches his heart through his stomach. I would craft it from the finest ingredients available from Earth. The purest salt, wine of the most excellent vintage, the rarest, most succulent flesh, the richest butter and cream. Whatever it is, whatever his soul food is, I make of it a symphony. A scintillating spectrum of flavors bound with love, a true marriage, a platonic ideal cast in gastronomic chemistry. I would serve it perfectly, in impeccable ambience, an all-encompassing tableau that embodies everything the dish is meant to be. Everything it could be. It would touch him in a way that his soul had not felt since God's loving hands had shaped it since before time began. He would eat it, crying silently, wondering, questing, how could this perfection be? Here in the pit where forsaken things go to be punished for their wanting. I, Satan, would dry his tears, thank him for sharing this experience with me, and I would lead him away, back into my kitchen. He would be once again awestruck, whimpering, vulnerable as he walked my polished aisles, admiring, caressing the flawless cutlery and fixtures. All this is yours now, Gordon. This is your reward. I would present him with my recipe cards, expertly bossed on stock beyond the quality of anything earthly. The first one an exact receipt of the meal he has just savored in the depth of his being. All this is yours now, Gordon. You have an eternity to reach the pinnacle. He runs, laughing, not quite believing. Perhaps this is a place of learning, of repentance. Perhaps he may be allowed to serve. Perhaps he may earn his redemption. Perhaps he may taste of that meal again. He runs, something akin to demiurge filling his mind with light as he plots to reconstruct his soul's perfect Dish. The pantry is stocked only with boxed frozen tilapia and expired salad oil. Forever. Ramen noodles, but prepped in an old freshman college dorm room in a 20 microwave and with the tap water from the shared dorm bathroom. A plastic fork that was used for last night's Chipotle bowl, and the bowl from said Chipotle bowl. The cheapest plastic-wrapped American cheese. Pretty much any of my favorite meals. I'm talking processed chicken in a southern fried coating, served with cheap fries heavily salted while oven cooked, and baked beans with margarine and chili garlic salt added during cooking. I'm talking mass-produced chicken pies, served with baked beans. I'm talking baked beans cooked with butter and Marmite added when up to temperature, served with 8 slices of cheap bread thickly spread with butter. Dessert. Bitch, you getting 2 bananas, awkwardly sliced into a bowl. Custard. Here's a teaspoon now. STFU. Breakfast. You getting 46 slices of cheap toast, cheap butter spread stuff, salted, with mayonnaise for dipping. Yeah, that's RIGHTTHIS House 8 and live. A perfectly crafted gourmet dish just drenched in ketchup. Grilled lettuce and sushi pizza. My mother's cooking, any of it. An almost perfect steak dinner. All would be delicious except for one detail. Maybe it's slightly overdone, but every time he realizes that's the problem changes to it being perfectly cooked but over-seasoned. Then he realizes this and it changes to slightly gone off meat, etc. on and on in a cycle. All of his favorite dishes, of course. However, they are all frozen and then blanched in hellfire, so everything is both charred on the outside and raw frozen inside. Idiot sandwich. Octopus with peanut butter. Microwaved mac and cheese that was made 2 weeks ago. A burnt Philly cheesesteak hot pocket. Fresh frozen lamb sauce. Hot dog water soup. It's at Sam Winchester. Overcooked scallops. Pineapple pizza. Undercooked crunchy risotto. His children. A DVD box set of Kitchen Nightmares Season 2 with an iceberg wedge and a teaspoon. Plain Greek yogurt, forever. I would give him one of Amber Lynn Reed soups. Kraft dinner with ketchup. Properly cooked chicken with a touch of pink food coloring injected into every third piece. A rotation of hospital and prison food. Microwaved shrimp-flavored top ramen with the broth drained out. Every meal has the smell and taste of whatever he can imagine cooking, but it's always mashed potatoes, just slightly lumpy and dry. Looks like MJ's gonna take me to the rim. Okay, for starters, I'm buying everything from the dollar store. I take some eggs, whip him with a fork, add some chili powder, allspice, and a tablespoon of saranga and microwave them in a Glad container so they come out as a rounded rectangle. Then, on a paper plate, I place this on a bed of iceberg lettuce that I pulled from near the center of the head. I surround it with some squishy cherry tomatoes cut in half and sprinkle on some generic shredded cheddar cheese. I slice off a slab of Spam and fry it dry, then plunk it down next to the microwave scrambled egg salad. Hand him a plastic fork, pour him a cup of Mountain Dew, and say, "Enjoy, chef." I mean, it's hell, so every day we prepare and feed him his own recipes, but we replace any proteins with his genitals that are harvested slowly and then grow back in his sleep. I don't really know any of his recipes, so please don't downvote if he's already using his genitals as an ingredient. Everything he likes, so it looks exactly the same, but use 0 spices. He'd have to eat meals that were like his, but were just bland and tasteless. It would break his spirit a lot faster than feeding him a mess of crap.
Hope you liked this video. Stay frosty, my rebels.